and W253DF Memphis, Flynn Broadcasting Stations. Welcome to Sports 56 Happy Hour with Johnny Radio. The first hour of Sports 56 Happy Hour is brought to you by MemphisFarmers.com. Insurance coverage backed by a local agent and a brand trusted nationwide. We are farmers. MemphisFarmers.com. Now, here is your host, Johnny Radio himself, John Harden.
Welcome into a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I am your good friend and your buddy, Johnny Radio. My good friend is Zach Boyd today. Also got another buddy joining me. Oh, that would be Isaac Simpson. He's at 11:30. We're going to talk Tiger Hoops. We're going to talk Grizzlies. We're going to talk all things Memphis, baby. At 12 o'clock, I got some hardcore Hardwood. I got some crazy stories out there today. Also got to talk about some bad beats and gambling. Ole Miss got there. Did you see the pain that was Texas Tech, Iowa State? Did you see the dude? Okay, so I get the cover. They're up 7 with 4 seconds left in the game. They inbound it. They don't go and press the ball. Dude runs down, throws up he was just across the half-court line, throws up a prayer. It bounces off the glass as the buzzer, goes off, and it goes in. They win by 4 instead of 7. A jack. A lot of people lost, though, because when the thing tipped off, I took it early. Remember, I got it -4. So at least I jacked. A lot of people, though, took a mad L, and because that thing closed at 5. So that was painful. For all those who listened to me and I let you down, I just want to say I'm sorry. Sometimes the ball doesn't bounce the way you want to. You know what I'm saying? Told you, though. What did I say?
Never mind.
Yeah, you get it. But yeah, that was a crazy game, man. Texas Tech scored 19 points in the first half. It was 30-19. Do you know what I did? I decided to be a good boyfriend. I have not been a good boyfriend since the months got here. Once football in September got there, we had football, college football, NFL, playoff baseball in October, NBA, college basketball starting. Bowl games. All I've done every single day, every single night is straight up little action on the games, and I'm watching them every night. So I'm going to help all you men get out of the doghouse and start your year off right. How do you get right with your woman? Well, I found some TV shows, or at least a TV show, that if you like sports, gambling, and judging people, it's the perfect show to watch with your girlfriend. Are you curious at all what it is?
Not really, because I don't have a girlfriend, so it really doesn't.
Man, you need a little help, man? I'll let
No.
you borrow my Tinder profile.
I'm all the way good with that.
Oh yes, but
I'm curious though. What is it?
Oh, I'm gonna tell the people all about it because it has a gambling aspect in it. Well, you can gamble on it because you have to guess.
Oh, okay.
There's a judging people, which I love to judge people on first. Like they walk out and you're like, you prejudge them. It's just human nature. You get to do that in this game. There's some singing, so the girls love that stuff. It's an interesting thing. We're going to talk about it. It has garbage men, ballerinas, mariachi woman. Like it's a very interesting show to watch with your girl. So I'm going to get you out of the doghouse. I'm going to show you something you can watch on a Wednesday night. We don't have football, so life can be a little bit better. Now, I got a great new business idea, by the way. I'm going to talk about during Hardwood. Have you heard about the 90-day fiance who's been in the news a little bit lately?
Yes, I have.
She's selling certain things?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I was like, huh?
Dude, I got a new business idea.
That is your business idea?
I'm stealing it. I want to be a fartrepreneur. I'll tell you about it at 12 o'clock. This lady had a gig going on making mad cheese. Speaking of cheese, though, I'll tell you how much she cut the cheese and almost gave herself a heart attack. We also have, a little bit problem. Looks like AB is going after the Bucks. Tom Brady's guru And basically, it looks like he has a lot of stuff to stand on. Did you see the whole Twitter dump today?
Yeah,
Screen grabs.
I read a couple of his sentences that he posted.
Oh, I've been all up in this stuff. It's been fascinating for me. So I'll tell you all what's going down with AB. Plus, did you hear Aaron Rodgers yesterday? Called dude a bum. Dude, you're a bum.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, dude, it was a great press conference. He came out there. He's like, that dude doesn't know me. He's just a bum. Nobody knew him before he said this stuff about me. Whoa, that's the ultimate, like, yo, what's up, man? I'm the man. You're nobody.
Whew.
Yeah, he went off, and then the guy came out and apologized. I don't know, man. Apologizing is a great thing, and I think people should do it. If you're in the wrong, make sure you make an apology. But, dude, if you make a statement like that on, like, a radio show or you put it out there, when you come back as, oh, it's my bad, I was in the wrong, that seems like a forced, weak apology. I would stick by your guns.
Yeah, because I'm kind of thinking to myself, like, he didn't personally attack.
I mean, he did say he's the biggest jerk in the NFL.
That's fair.
He did say, if you can't be the biggest jerk in the NFL and be MVP, and I'm just going to go back and forth and say this, well, you kind of can be.
Yeah.
Because it's about what you do on the field. They do have the Walter Payton Man of the Year award, which
Right.
is about your character and what you do in the community and all this stuff. That's the one where you don't put a jerk. You ain't going to be like, yo, Aaron Rodgers, you're a Walter Payton Man of the Year. You know why? Because you've been looking out for you. Dude's been looking out for number one.
Double check this.
Aaron Rodgers, yeah, double check this. You know Aaron Rodgers' philosophy in life is always looking out for number one while he points at his chest. I like that. I like
But
that.
he has a 2 next to it.
Yeah, he always does have that, like that little thing. I know what
He
you
has
mean.
1, 2.
Unbelievable. Again, by the way, though, we also have to talk about Green Bay locking up the number 1 seed. I think LaFleur lied to everybody yesterday. And if you're a gambler, I think you should be extremely angry. LaFleur said yesterday, asked, are you going to play Aaron Rodgers? Do you know what he replied? Every healthy person that is available is going to play. Do you know they're playing?
Yeah.
The Lions.
Yeah.
Dude, you have already locked up the number 1 seed. If you don't treat this like basically an early preseason game, let them run 1 or 2 series, knock a little rust off, have a little bit of success, and then you put them on the bench. You do not play them the full game against the Lions. That is absolutely asinine.
Yeah, you got 2 bye weeks, sir.
Yeah, man. Get
Pretty
your
much.
team prepared. Get your team healthy. Please, please, please. But we got a lot of stuff to get into today. I'm a little bit fired up. A lot fired up. College hoops, NBA hoops. It was a rare night. We didn't have Grizzlies or Tigers action. No football on the television. Kind of freaked me out, to be honest with you. We don't have any football tonight, man. Are you okay?
Yeah, I thought at first I thought we was gonna have one of those random bowl games that everybody
No,
forgot
man.
about.
Last college football game is on Monday.
Mm.
Georgia and Alabama.
Are you gonna be okay?
Yeah, I think I will be. I think so. We'll try. You know what's going to happen? I mean, see, the months, I party like a rock star, play ball like an all-star, you know the rest. But once we get into January, it's dry January. This is the most sober you've ever seen me? I mean, you know what I mean? Like, I haven't had a drink in 2 days. I mean, I don't come in here drinking. I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, of course.
I don't have the cobwebs as bad as I usually do.
Of course. Wink, wink. Of course,
Wink, wink.
yeah.
Dry January.
Yeah.
It's dry January, so you're
You look
back to
great.
being good. Thank you.
Like your skin is glowing. The beard
You can't
looks
even
like,
see my skin. I just got this big old Santa Claus beard
yeah,
growing.
the beard is all lined up and trimmed. Like, you know.
It's amazing what happens. You don't look nearly as bummish when you sober up. Now, to get into a lot of wonderful sports things, a lot of very interesting topics, I do want to kind of start off, though, with a little bit of the AB news, because I feel like this is one of those things. We're going to get into the lead off in just 1 second. But before we do, I did want to bring this up, and I want to ask the texters, the listeners, the callers at the AutoZone text and listener line, 901-360-8255. Get in the zone, AutoZone. What do you think about all this stuff that's coming on with AB, and do you believe AB will be in the league next year? After some of the stuff that came out, I think AB will be in the league. Do you you barely looked at it. Your first inclination was AB will never play football again, correct?
Yes.
Sunday when he was shirtless in the end zone, ran out, Bruce Arians was really strong, said AB will no longer be a part of this team. And you thought to yourself, AB. I went over the timeline, remember?
Yeah.
His timeline is an absolute disaster. This man was doing, and by the way, I want to say this. Did I preface it? If you look at AB's timeline, he was actually a perfect citizen until Vontaze Burfict knocked him the bleep out. Remember when he got that huge suspension?
that was in the playoff game, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Cincinnati Bengals, Steelers. Vontaze Burfict lit him up like a Christmas tree. I thought he almost killed him. Have you noticed ever since that hit, AB's been a little bit loose in the screws.
So what you're saying is
we blame it all on Vontaze Burfict.
No, what you're saying is we got to get Vontaze Burfict back in the league so that he can hit AB back into his senses. That's basically what you're saying.
I like that. But again, since he was deactivated from the Steelers December 2018, he was traded away to the Raiders in March. He was released from the Raiders right after camp, September 7th. Then my man went to the Patriots, was released from the Patriots. Then he goes to the Bucks, and now we know what happened with the Bucks. But man, this thing goes a little bit deeper with AB than just, let's just say, him being a. Because all right, this is where I do have the problem with. Tampa Bay has painted AB right after this situation. I hope he gets mental help.
Yeah.
I hope he gets mental help. I'll tell you one thing. I don't blame AB from being pissed off. If somebody was out there saying that I need mental help and you're actually injured, I think I'm a little bit ticked off. Not a little ticked off, a lot ticked off.
Yeah, I think the circumstances would change if he was actually hurt and actually told the coaching staff and the trainers like, yo, like I'm willing to play because we need this game, these next 2 games, but I'm hurt, and I'm willing to play.
And so by the way, he is hurt.
Yeah. So then those circumstances has to change, and then now we got to look at the coaching staff. Like, yo, like they're like, did you just cut this man for no reason?
Well,
because he said like, yo, like my ankle is starting to swell up again, or.
Yeah, okay, well, see, here's the situation that I have. Right now, it's hard to trust Bruce Arians, and it's actually hard to trust AB. It's also hard to believe that, Alex Guerrero? Is that a TB12's guru? I think it's AG. I know it's AG as his initial.
I want to say, yeah, you're
I'm
right.
pretty sure. I'm using my memory, so it kind of makes me a little bit nervous.
The name sounds familiar.
Okay, thank you. Well, also, I'm doing the wrong thing. I found out I'm not making the proper money I should. But AB released screen grabs from personal conversations with him and Bruce Arians. He told Coach Arians that he's ready, he's fired up, he wants to play. These are text messages, and he just said, if I'm healthy, I'm going to be out on the field. Well, if you look at all the text messages back and forth between Alex Guerrero, Antonio Brown, and you go back to December 24th, first of all, AB asked for $50,000 back from Alex Guerrero. He paid him $100,000 to work with him, to keep him in shape and do all the stuff that Tom Brady does. He said he felt like he didn't get the work that he was supposed to, and he wanted half of the $100,000 that he paid him for this season back. Dude's getting $100,000 from each player to work with him?
Oh, no.
Yeah, he is.
No, sir.
He asked for it back, but the one bad thing that he did, and this is where AB might need a little mental health, and I do have to say this was something that I don't think a lucid person would do. I'm not trying to cast aspersions, but maybe I am. Wild speculations. He not only did the screen grab of him and Alex Guerrero's conversation about getting his $50K back on Christmas Eve, by the way. Kind of like a tacky time to, yo, it's Christmas Eve. Hopefully you're with your family. I want my $50K.
What type of accent is that you use?
That's like what I would think of a mob star. Like, I don't know. It's just like, because, they ask for money. Yo, I'll break your arm. Give me my money back. So he screen grabs all this. The guy comes back, Alex Guerrero, and says, AB, I understand. I appreciate working with you. I'll send you your $50,000 back, or I'll send you half of the $100,000, which is $50,000, blah, 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 blah. I wish you well. It's been, he was a very nice thing. He's like, how would you like me to return your money? AB put his banking information, his routing number.
Oh, yeah.
all that stuff. And then he screen grabs and he puts it on Twitter.
Yeesh.
Dude, if you're a like if you're a digital, what are those people that are on the computer? What do they call them? Hackers. If you're a crazy
bot?
hacker or a bot, oh man, I got a story about a bot, but don't get me too sidetracked. Remember to ask me about this. So, if you're AB and you put out all that information, are you just like trying to ask somebody to hack your bank?
Yes.
They'll have all your info.
That's all your information.
That's everything. It has your socials, got your routing number. Man, what you doing, Holmes? But
Yeah,
anyway,
no.
he put that out there. So, you start reading these things. Then he also put out his conversation with Bruce Arians. Bruce Arians is like, no more rest. The playoffs are almost here. We need every person that's healthy to be on that field. He comes back, AB responds to Coach and says, Coach, took a screenshot of his foot. He was getting like it worked on immediately in his ankle. He said, man, if I can go, I will be on the field. Bruce Arians sent something back, and he, like, loved it, like, put a heart. Like,
Yeah.
no
But
big deal.
I'm with you.
I'm with you. You're like, dude, sound like a pretty good team player.
Yeah.
Well, then goes and sees a non-Tampa Bay Bucks orthopedic. This doctor told AB he should not play. He's going to have surgery in the offseason because of his Achilles, and he has what are those little bitty bone spurs with little fractures, and they like rub against your stuff, and it hurts really bad.
That's
I'm not
a plantar
Nah, it's not.
fasciitis.
I mean, it's something like that. I don't know, dude. It's a foot and bone and Achilles issue, and you kind of have to run on the like that foot,
Yeah.
and his speed is very important along with his hands. So I can understand why he didn't want to play. He wanted to get his $1 million bonus. A lot of people were saying that since he couldn't reach the $1 million bonus, that's why. He said it had nothing to do with the $1 million bonus. He said he was worried about his career, and they fired me from the Bucks because I was injured. I hate to say, man, but it actually kind of looks like that. I know you were agitated with Antonio Brown. You did Bruce Arians go out there and say, and this is why I say you can't trust either one of them. Bruce Arians said, one strike, you're out. Since Antonio Brown's been in Tampa, he's had about, what, 6?
Yeah, about 2 or 3.
He had the chef situation.
Yeah.
Yeah. He had the whole Vax card situation.
The injury thing.
The injury issues. Man, just there was a couple other things that, you can look up. But Bruce Arians always brought him back. So you can't really trust what Bruce Arians says. But you can't trust necessarily what AB says. So right now it looks like both people are wrong. People are going to figure this out. Where do you stand? 901-360-8255. Get in the zone, AutoZone. Is Bruce Arians actually in the wrong? And that sounds almost crazy to say because we saw the spectacle on Sunday. We saw AB without his shirt on going through the end zone. But I'll tell you one thing. If I make my money off of my body and I am not a prostitute, I am going to make sure that I am as healthy as I can be. And if a doctor says you're not healthy, bro, you don't need to play. And it's kind of interesting that you go see a non-team doctor and they're like, oh, you better not be playing this Sunday. Team doctor's like, yeah, you good, buddy. You good. So those things are interesting. Again, doctors, they got a different oath, the Hippocratic Oath, so they're not supposed to be lying. We'll have to find out what happens. But the whole AB saga, here's my final conclusion. AB will be back in the league next year. Dead serious. I think Anklegate, is that what we're going to call it now? Because we had Spygate. Anklegate?
For AB?
AB Gate or Anklegate? I like Anklegate.
We'll go with that.
Makes me also kind of think sideways about, what's my homie's name? Who's the foot fetish coach? Well, you know what?
You talking what? I don't want to throw out
Coach
names.
the Buffalo Bill. Coach. The Jets.
It's Shiano.
No.
Man, but I know who you talking about.
Gregarious. He was the defensive coordinator for Baltimore.
Oh, Rex Ryan.
Rex Ryan. Thank you, man.
I knew
Sexy Rexy. I should have remembered that because he loves them toes.
It's one of them meathead coaches, man.
Sexy Rexy. He loves Anklegate, I hear. But anyway, we are going to go and do right now what I call the leadoff.
Johnny.
I'm barely here.
Same here.
Oh, did you know it's snowing outside?
Yeah, I'm looking directly at it. It was not snowing like an hour ago, and now it's just completely covered like one of these crates outside.
Little sidebar. Credit cards are not made to clean your windshield because my credit card now is destroyed. Look at that. From de-icing my car. It's split in half.
Why would you do that?
Because I saw this like on a movie way back when. I mean, I'm not some northern dude used to snow. Only thing that I don't have like a snow scraper in my car.
So you went and used a movie reference with a credit card.
Yeah, dude.
To
I
scrape.
No.
No.
Yeah, my credit card's destroyed, so I'm gonna have to get another one. You got any cash on you?
I got enough for me, man.
All right, I'm sorry. Hit me with it.
Oh, Kyrie Irving made his appearance last night on the court. What do you think about it? Like he looked pretty good out on the court last night. Like what you think about it?
All right, so if y'all didn't know this, I don't know the questions before he asked me because it's just more natural. And my first thought was, how did you screw me so royally? I took Kyrie plus 20 points, 4 assists, and 4 rebounds. That was what I had. Well, he had 22 points, 4 assists, and 3 rebounds. Yeah, I lost. 1 dead-gum rebound away. Come on, Kyrie. Costing the people money. No, he looked fine. And, I mean, what did you really expect? Dude doesn't necessarily like to work. Dude necessarily like to play in the regular season. But dude can straight out ball when he's on the court.
Oh, yeah, he can ball, man. Like
he can ball. So, I mean, that's kind of what I've expected. That's why I took the over and came up 1 rebound short. That just was very depressing. But, man, the Nets were, the Nets were the Nets. KD was KD, by the way. I mean, if you're going to talk about anybody from that game, KD, 39 points, 8 assists, 7 boards. He was solid. Kyrie was solid. It was the Pacers,
Yeah.
It's not like I'm going to look at it and be like, damn. I will say, though, James Harden's game was a little off last night. Dude couldn't hit a three-pointer to save his life. He was 0 for 4. Did you see that? That ain't like James.
No, not at all. But I give the Pacers credit. They gave them a scare to start the game.
Yeah, when you get up like 5 and then you go out in the second quarter and you start off hot, next thing you know, you stretch that to a double-digit lead.
Yeah.
That kind of freaks you out a little bit.
Yeah, and on a 10-day, decided he want to drop 20 in the first quarter.
Dude, I still can't even believe that. I really cannot believe that. He had 30 for the game, didn't he?
Yeah, he had 30 for the game. I think somebody said he had like 20 points in 17 minutes in that first quarter. It was something crazy. I know at one point they said he had like 17 points in 6 minutes or something like that.
Dude, he went banana sandwiches. That's all I know. Banana sandwiches.
That was crazy. I was like, man, like, all right, Lance, like, you gonna mess around and get signed to a team for the rest of the deal.
I will say though, one other thing I was going to say though, seeing him even back in that uniform though, I kind of figured that it would maybe cut down on minutes from their other 2 superstars, KD and Harden. It really didn't. KD played 41 minutes. Harden played 40 minutes. That's the only thing that makes me worried about this Nets team. Man, everybody's worried about LeBron James's minutes. Dude, KD's out there. Remember, he came back off of an Achilles injury.
Mm-hmm.
He's out there. He ain't like he's not old. He ain't a spring chicken though. James Harden. I mean, 40 minutes a night for both of these guys. Do you think that's a bad move for Steve Nash?
Well, last night warranted because they needed to get back in the game.
Yeah, they did.
Now, if they had the lead, kind of like controlled it and whatever, then yeah, you probably would have seen 30 to 35 minutes with KD.
If they would have played defense in the first half, because Brooklyn did not play any defense in the first half.
No, they didn't.
When the Pacers score, what was it, like 75 points in the first half? You know you're having a bad night. Giving up 75 to the Pacers, then they held them to 48 in the second half. Oh, next question.
Well, speaking of Antonio Brown, the Bucks have officially released Antonio Brown.
Finally?
Yes.
I guess that Twitter beef finally got to him.
I guess so. That's unfortunate.
Again, I still think Antonio Brown, I thought his career was done Sunday after this new screen grabs from Tom Brady and for Bruce Arians and all these guys. I feel like somebody out there will still take a chance on AB because if you can play on the field, you can be a jerk off of it. Just ask Aaron Rodgers.
So speaking of that, with AB, this is a question off the top of the dome. I didn't have this written down. Will he play this season?
No.
You don't think so?
No, he's still got his ankles all jacked up. He's got bone spurs. He's got
You don't think
he's got to have surgery. In fact, I bet you in a week we hear AB went under the knife.
You don't think somebody's gonna Mr. Miyagi his ankle and he's gonna sign with a team right before the playoffs?
Mr. Miyagi's no longer with us.
I said someone.
I don't know if anybody else has got the skills of Mr. Miyagi.
Somebody has to.
You think so?
It has to be passed down. Why
Man.
wouldn't it be passed down?
I don't know. I've never heard it passed down. I've heard it passed to the left. You don't even get that reference, do you?
No.
Zach Boyd is a good boy, people.
My last question here for you. So, watching some of these basketball games and football games, it got me thinking about the halftime show.
Dre's gonna lose some money, yo. Is that where you're going?
No.
You did not hear about Dr. Dre?
No.
If somehow the Super Bowl is moved, or if it gets canceled because of the vid and can't have people and all that stuff in it, he's going to lose buku money, millions and millions of dollars. Actually, I got a little bit more detail in it for Hardwood for you.
Okay.
Yeah, but go ahead. I'm sorry.
But if you had to choose which skill to perform at halftime, what would it be? Like you could sing, you could dance.
I would get the pole assassin. I would call up Texas. I would ask their special teams coordinator if we can borrow your girlfriend. She's the pole assassin. She can pole dance, and she does it with a monkey. I'm watching that, John.
No, I'm talking about you performing.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
No,
well, yeah.
Give me a microphone and I'll tell some jokes. I don't dance. I don't dance with my clothes on.
I was like, okay, like Johnny's about that. Like he's gonna get on the pole and
I thought you meant
man.
if I was the person who was hiring the talent.
Yeah.
100% right now I'm getting the pole assassin. In fact, if you're Louisville, how have you not hired the pole assassin? You know what I mean?
They probably didn't heard about her.
Dude, once they do, you know that she's going to be doing a halftime performance. But we'll be back in 2 shakes talking Tiger basketball, Grizzlies, NBA, and college hoops with Isaac Simpson on Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
We are Sports 56 WHBQ. Listen to us daily on 560 AM and 98.5 FM, as well as around the world at sports56whbq.com or on the Sports 56 app.
Referring a friend on FanDuel Sportsbook could be your ticket to Super Bowl 56. When you refer a friend on FanDuel Sportsbook, you'll be entered for a chance to win an all-expenses-paid trip to Super Bowl 56 for 2. Share your exclusive referral link from the Sportsbook app. Once your friend places any bet of $10 or more, you'll both get $50 and you will be entered into the Super Bowl sweepstakes. New to FanDuel? Sign up with promo code BIGHEAD to get your first bet absolutely risk-free up to $1,000. Must be 21 and older and present in Tennessee. Referred players must wager $10 or more within 28 days after signing up. Bonus issued as site credit is non-withdrawable and expires after 7 days. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. No purchase necessary for the Super Bowl ticket promotion. Super Bowl promotion closes on 1/9/22. Gambling problem? Call TN Redline 1-800-889-9789.
I'm with John Burgos in the alley at the world-famous Rendezvous. John, it's so good to see you. How are things at the restaurant?
Brett, things in the restaurant are fine, but like all restaurateurs will tell you, things are still not back to normal. Supply chains are interrupted. 1 week we can't find charcoal. Another week we're short on ribs. Another week they can't find the plastic bottles to fill our sauce jars with. I've watched in awe as our fellow Memphis restaurateurs have worked their way through these past months.
John, always new and exciting things at the Rendezvous.
People know we have Greek salad, vegetarian red beans and rice, and vegetarian nachos. But now we have desserts. Miss Barbara of O Taste and See has individually wrapped some wonderful desserts. We have key lime pie, chess pie, chocolate chess pie, and pecan pie. Not pecan pie, pecan pie. We also have a new twist at the Rendezvous. We now have outdoor dining. It's in the side alley along the Rendezvous, not the one in the front. And depending on the weather and depending on staffing, please call ahead to make sure we're open. And we hope it becomes the mainstay here at the Rendezvous.
Mr. Charlie Burgos' world-famous Rendezvous in the alley in downtown Memphis.
It's a new year. That means it's time for a floor model sale at Family Leisure. You can help Family Leisure make room for all the new 2022 products that are coming in. All floor models are priced to move right now. If it's on the floor, it's on sale. But you better hurry to get these special savings because once these floor models are gone, folks, they're gone. We're talking theater seating, massage chairs, arcades, foosball and hockey tables, all on sale. Shuffleboard tables, pool tables, they're on sale too. Plus, there's so much more on sale. And you can get New Year's deals on spas and swimming pools as well. Family Leisure needs the room for new inventory. So what's here has got to go. You can help them. The floor model sale is happening now at Family Leisure, Whitten Road at I-40, where family and fun come together. Happy New Year from our good friends at Family Leisure.
Southland Casino is turning spinners into winners. It's the return of Battle Wheels. And this time around, we're giving away up to $375,000 in free play. Earn entries every day. Then each Saturday night in January, 30 finalists take their turn at the prize wheel. Everyone who spins wins. Take the short spin to Southland for your chance to win part of up to $375,000 in free play. See Lucky North Club for details. Must be 21 plus. Play responsibly. For help, call 800-522-4700.
I know you've been waiting a little bit longer than normal.
Jen's manicure spot needs an extra pair of hands.
Who's at the front desk right now?
Someone who's handy with everything from nail files to spreadsheet files.
Deidre's not coming in today, but we have that whole bachelorette party.
Indeed can help her hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Instant Match instantly connects you with quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your sponsored job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone, where we've got more ways to get you what you need your way. Get the job done today with our free same-day store pickup. Just order online and pick it up the same day at your local AutoZone. Or get it done tomorrow with our free next-day delivery. Just order on AutoZone.com by 10 p.m. and we'll deliver it to you the next day. Getting your job done just got easier. Free next-day delivery and eligible orders. Restrictions at AutoZone.com.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Happy Hour with Johnny Radio. This hour of Sports 56 Happy Hour is brought to you by MemphisFarmers.com. Insurance coverage backed by a local agent and a brand trusted nationwide. We are farmers. MemphisFarmers.com. Here once again is Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I am your buddy Johnny Radio. It's a thirsty Thursday. It's also cold and snowing out there. Zach Boyd's in the house with me. We're about to talk with Isaac Simpson. But a couple texts came in. My man Mark Cunningham said, "That's ridiculous." Which thing did I say? I think you need to be a little bit more specific because I say a lot of ridiculous things during my 2 hours. But thank you for the text. Another person said, Doug came out there and says, "Most of us are with Rodgers. To heck with the clot shot." I think he's meaning the vaccine.
Yeah, I think so.
Because, Aaron Rodgers said it's this year, the reason that the man does not like actually Aaron Rodgers has nothing to do with him being a jerk because he does not know Aaron Rodgers and Aaron Rodgers does not know him on a personal level is because he's taking a personal issue, which is being vaxxed. And the only reason he said the guy said those things is because Aaron Rodgers is the MVP, but they want this year's MVP to be the MVP with a V at the end, standing for Vax players. Makes sense. And yes, Doug says he is with Aaron Rodgers, and he says most people are. And then another one comes in here and says, "Man, you can't believe that fool. He messed up." Talking about AB. Well, we're going to find out. I know AB did mess up on one thing. When you're trying to expose Brady's trainer, block out your routing number and your bank information and things of that nature before you drop it on Twitter and you get like 10,000 likes. You know why they liked him and screen grab that junt? Because right now hackers are trying to break into your account. Wild stuff. But now it's time to talk with our good buddy Isaac Simpson. Thank you so much to the wonderful people at Tito's. Tito's Handmade Vodka. If life hands you lemons, don't you freak out. Just make a lemon drop. Make sure it's with Tito's Handmade Vodka. And if there's ever any day to do some day drinking, if you're snowed in the house and you're not doing anything, isn't that the time to do it? When you get home, are you taking a nap or are you making a drink?
I'm taking a nap.
I'm making a drink, dadgummit, even though it's dry January. If it's
Yeah,
snowing
you can make a
outside.
drink.
Yeah, I will. Tito's handmade vodka. Isaac Simpson, how's life?
Man, doing pretty good, man. Just trying to stay in from the snow, working from home. So not having much trouble doing that, man. But glad to be here in the heat and not outside, man. That's for sure.
That is a blessing, isn't it? In the heat, not out in the snow, man. Now, I got to ask you a little bit about this Tigers team. I got a new motto for them. Start slow, finish scary. Does that pretty much sum up this basketball team?
Yeah, man. It looked like they were heading for a double-digit victory against Tulsa, man. Like they were going to pull away, man. And that thing got way too close at the end. Made you bite your nails a little bit, but they were able to pull it out. I think you're missing several players. I mean, you had some foul stuff going on. Malcolm Dandridge fouled out of the game, and DeAndre Williams was injured, banged up. Josh Minot fouled out. Williams couldn't play down the stretch. He had a sore back, so they kind of sit him out. Hopefully that's not something that kind of lingers going forward. But they were able to pull it out, man. You look at the situation now, and you just kind of wish they had that Tulane game back, because you pull that out, man, despite injuries, all the COVID stuff they got going on, you'd be sitting 3-0 in conference right now. But as I said on here last week, I still think this Memphis team has a great chance of winning this conference. I just look around at the landscape, and I just think this Tiger team is the best team. If they can stay healthy and have some consistency, I think they're going to finish out number one in this conference.
You know, look, I see stretches where I think they're the greatest. I mean, watching them against play Alabama, you know all the talent out there. But the one thing that just always comes back to me is when I say, start slow, finish scary. You remember the scary finishes. But when your first bucket comes at it takes 4 minutes and 5 seconds for you to get your first bucket, and your first point is from a free throw. You've given up 10 points. You can't score anything. You're shooting. I mean, what are they doing to get ready before the game? Like, how can you come out there? They've changed their, starting rotation since Penny's been there a whole bunch. He can't ever figure out to get the piece to start this team off on the right foot.
Yeah, and I think that's one of the big issues. I think there's just so much stuff going on, man. You got guys in and out of the lineup. You got a different starting lineup. Each game seems like it's something different, and it's kind of been forced that way because of injuries and COVID stuff going on right now. But it's just they can't find the consistency because you just have too many moving parts. I mean, mass substitutions. Some one game this guy might play significant minutes. The next game he might not. I mean, you just never know what's going to happen with this team. And I think that kind of plays into the inconsistencies that we see. And we definitely saw that against Tulsa. It took them a while to get crunk up, and then they got crunk up in the second half, and then kind of slaughtered down the stretch. So the consistency is definitely the key with this team, and Penny has talked about this time and time again, that he's going to stick with the lineup. I'm going to stick with what works, and then
No, he's
get
not.
to these games and it's something else. I mean, before the first time out, you're having bad substitution guys in and out. So I don't know. I mean, I just think talent-wise, you just look around this conference, I think this team could and should win this conference, especially with Houston, their top two scorers out for the season. Memphis is by far the most talented team in this conference, but you just got to go out and do it. And we saw what they did against Wichita State, and that kind of gave a glimpse of what this team can do, because Wichita State is one of the top teams in this conference. You think they're going to finish top 3, top 4. So if you're going on the road doing it against Wichita State, you ought to be able to handle any of these teams in conference, but you just got to go out and do it.
Do you think this league is a 1-bid, 2-bid, 3-bid league? What do you think about the American right now at the early part of the season?
Man, it's usually a 2-bid league, but right now, man, it's tough. I guess Houston is in right now. They're still ranked in the top 25, even though I think that's gonna come to an end quickly, because I think they're overranked. I think that ranking was obviously when they were healthy. I think they're going to take some losses, so I don't think they're going to finish the season in the top 25. And you have Memphis. UCF was a team that Joe Lenardi had in his latest bracketology. They've now dropped 2 in a row. They lost last night. I mean,
Nobody really believes in SMU,
but
do you? I mean, nobody really believes in SMU, do they?
No, and that's the thing. Like, you look at a lot of these teams, they're in the top 70, 75. You got Cincinnati in there, SMU, UCF, along with Houston and Memphis. And the thing about it is, I don't really believe in any of these teams. I mean, Wichita State's in there as well. Memphis put it on them up in Wichita this weekend. I don't really believe in any of these teams. I just think they're all just okay teams. They're going to beat up on each other. And by the end of the year, you look at some of these games right now, like at UCF would be a quad 1 win right now. But I think you look a couple weeks down the line, that probably won't be the case. It's just, I think these teams are just going to beat up on each other. And again, I just think Memphis is should be and could be better than all these teams. And I think in the end, I think that's what's going to happen. I think Memphis is going to win this conference. I feel pretty confident as long as they can stay out of COVID issues. I think they're going to win enough games to win this conference, and we'll see what happens with Houston. But I just think, especially what's going on, and Houston losing their top two scorers, I think really kind of changed the landscape. And it's going to be a travesty. If Memphis doesn't win this conference, man, that's a travesty.
Yeah, it really is a travesty. Now, they play again on the 9th. You mentioned Cincinnati. That's who they got to play. Are they going to be closer to full strength? You think you're going to get everybody and their grandmother back?
Well, man, the question is, man, Tulsa's next game has been canceled due to COVID issues within the program, which that's not good, man. Not great when you just played them. And we're still not sure what the vaccination status is on the team. Penny saying that it's better than it was against the Tennessee game. Now, who knows what the real truth there? Who knows what's going to happen there? But hopefully that they can avoid any issues there. But, I mean, with the Omicron and everything that's going around, man, if you're testing guys, it's tough, especially if you're not vaccinated, that guys are going to come up positive. You hope that's not the case, Cincinnati, because, I mean, they just can't seem to get it full strength. Money Bates has the finger infection. Has it going on. Lomax is going to be out for a while, according to Penny. So, I mean, you just never know from game to game. You hope that they're close to the full strength, but I think this far out, 3 or 4 days before the game, you just don't know.
Speaking of full strength, Malcolm Dandridge had a pretty deadgum good game. Is he finally healthy?
Yeah, man, and I tweeted out about that yesterday, man. I don't think he's getting enough credit for how well he's played as of late. I think we've probably seen him play the best basketball that we've seen him play in a Tiger uniform over the last 3 or 4 games. I mean, he's played fantastic. And I think one thing, like to your point, I think he's finally healthy. I don't think he's been 100% healthy his whole time there. I mean, he's always been dealing with something. He had the knee issue. We was trying to work back from that. I think he's fully healthy now, and the confidence seems to be there. And I think a lot of that, probably got to give some credit to Rasheed Wallace being on his staff. I know he's been working with Malco, and Malco seems to be more confident than we've ever seen. He's finishing at the basket. I think the only kind of thing that I would say back on him when he scores, he needs to do a better job of getting back on defense. Sometimes he has a tendency to kind of celebrate when he scores, but I mean, he's doing big work in the paint and looks fantastic. With Jason Duran out against Tulsa, he stepped in and did a fantastic job. He's been playing really well, so I was glad to see that from him.
Now, Earl Timberlake at the point guard position, is this something that you think is going to stay, and do you like it?
Yeah, I think Earl needs to be your starting point guard, and I know it's kind of our necessity right now with Alo out, and we know Penny's affinity for Alo, and when he comes back, we'll see what happens. But I think Earl Timberlake is a guy that he kind of reminds me of a poor man's Tyreke Evans. Some of the kind of the way he moves and handles the basketball and the way he gets to the basket. I mean, of course he's not Tyreke Evans, but you kind of see some of the same stuff that you saw early on from Tyreke Evans at the University of Memphis. And I like it. I like the size that he brings. And when he gets going, I mean, his confidence wise, he can really play, man. He gets downhill. I think he should be the point guard of this team, and I like what I've seen out of it, and I think that's the look they should go with. I don't think they have what you would really like optimal wise at point guard, but I think on this roster, I think he should be the guy. And again, man, I like what he's seen. I mean, he still has some moments where he looks kind of raw, especially offensively, but I like what he brings on the defensive end, and he's going to give 110%. I mean, he plays hard. I mean, that's one thing about him. So I like him, and you can kind of see flashes of why he's projected as a first-round pick.
Woo. I like it. A lot of talent on this team. Hopefully they can get it together. But, again, until they do, it is not about all the smoke. It is start slow, scary finish.
Scary finish,
Now, got to ask you real quick, is Penny Hardaway getting advice from people to go Bill Belichickian when he goes to his press conferences, not be so forthcoming?
Man, I don't know what was going on. That was weird. Like, my whole time covering the team, I've never seen Penny react that way. And the weird thing, people was like, well, he was pissed off, is upset about the loss. But the thing about Penny is he's usually even more talkative when they lose or they have a bad game. He usually elaborates more on what they're not doing right, and blah, blah, blah. And that's not the usual reaction that he had, man. He couldn't wait to get up out of there after the game against Tulsa. It was weird. Like, I don't know what was going on. There was some talk of there was some stuff going on the bench. I didn't catch this. They said that Cody Topper and Larry Brown kind of had a moment. Larry Brown, I think they said Topper yelled at Josh Minot from half court, and Larry Brown didn't like it, and he dumped all over him, and Penny got into it. I missed that, but maybe it had something to do with that, some stuff going on internally. I don't know, but it was a weird situation because that's just not how Penny usually operates. And again, man, he was very short with his answers, and he's usually a person that elaborates when you ask him questions, and was none of that, man, on Tuesday night, man. It was kind of weird to see after that game.
Memphis back in the FedEx Forum against Cincinnati on the 9th. Hopefully Tulsa didn't give everybody the vid and everybody be pretty much at full strength. We hope not. We really, really hope not. Again, Sunday, 2:30, Cincinnati, Memphis. We'll have a whole lot more to talk about on Monday. Now, I got to ask you real quick about them Grizzlies, about that Griznaz. Are you as just shocked as I am that they are sitting so solid in the 4 spot? Because I was thinking this was a 8 seed, 7 seed, maybe. That's what you were hoping for. They're so solid in the 4 spot that if they lose the 4 spot, I think I'll be actually upset.
Yeah, man, before the season started, I said 45 wins. And at that time, that would have been on the high-end opinion. Most people were thinking 38, 40, somewhere in that range. They think when you move JV, they're going to take a step back, blah, blah, blah. I mean, I thought they'd be a playoff team like you. I thought they could be 7, 8, maybe 6 at the ceiling. But, I mean, this team is ridiculous what they're doing. And even to talk about the guys they've had injured, still been able to win. Ja out, you go 10-2 without him, and you've had other guys out now with Dillon and D'Anthony Melton and Conchar out with COVID, and they're still winning games. And I looked at the schedule. They have 21 games before the All-Star break, and if they go 15-6, they'd have 40 wins at the All-Star break. And I was talking 45 for the season. I really think this team can win 50-plus games. I mean, they're kind of on a trajectory to win 55 to 56 games right now. And I don't think anybody thought that going in. If you had told them Ja was going to miss a significant stretch, who's going to have other major rotation pieces in and out, they were like, "Oh, there's no way. This team might not even make the playoffs. They might be 9-10 in the play-in, and they're sitting solidly in the 4th spot." And I mean, I think if they keep on this trajectory, man, if you get Utah to drop a couple games there, man, they could even be challenging for their 3rd seed. And I don't think any of us thought that, but fantastic. I mean, Ja Morant, player of the week. You got Taylor Jenkins, coach of the month for the Western Conference in December. I mean, this team is just rolling right now, and they're about to get healthy. You probably got D'Anthony Melton and Dillon Brooks coming back tonight. On Saturday, you probably expect to get Kyle Anderson back. Zaire Williams came back, and he looked really good coming off his missed stint with COVID and an ankle injury. So this team is playing really well, man. And again, man, they have, I think, not the easiest schedule in the league, one of the easiest schedules in the league remaining. I think this team is going to finish with 50-plus wins, and I don't think any of us thought that coming into the season. I don't think anybody probably thought that. And
you got to feel like they're going to get to another win when they're 7th in a row. They're at home tonight. They play the Detroit Pistons. They're right now 13-point favorites over the Pistons. Pistons are 7-29. They are a better team, but heck, they're 3-16 away from their house. They haven't won many more games at their own house. This is a pretty bad ball club. Of course, that's why they had the number 1 pick and got Cade Cunningham. But if you are a Grizzlies fan, should this just be a shellacking?
I mean, I think so. I think if you're going to be the level of team that they appear to be, 4th seed in the West, I think when you get opportunities like this, man, you need to come out and hammer a team. Like you said, 13-point favorite. I think you look at what the Pistons have done. Now, they played well, better as of late. They had a 2-game winning streak before they got just absolutely blasted last night. But this is a game where you should come out and win these, especially when you're getting guys back and you expect to have Dillon Brooks and D'Anthony Melton possibly back tonight.
Kyle Anderson eventually, he'll be back. I mean, heck. By the way, is Desmond Bane okay? I mean, I feel like he's had this little limp for like a week, and they got him listed as day-to-day. How's Desmond Bane's health?
Yeah, in the Phoenix game, he got kicked in the thigh, and he's kind of been dealing with that. He's played through it. I think this is just a rest game for him. I think they're looking at Detroit, and they're like, this is a game where we should win. We're going to rest him, get him 3 days off before that back-to-back in L.A. this weekend. I think he'll be fine. I think they're just sitting tonight to kind of get us a rest so they feel like this is a game where they can win. I think it's smart. I think it's a good spot to rest him. I think he'll be fine going forward. But, yeah, he's kind of been dealing with that. Taylor Jenkins kind of said that he's been tight. They've been giving him treatment every time he goes out of the game. But, again, man, he's still been playing fantastic. I think they're just kind of giving him the night off. I think we'll see him on Saturday.
Yeah, it was nice to have a Grizzlies and Tigers win on the same night. Hopefully they're going to, hopefully the Tigers.
Yeah, that's rare, man. It's rare. That doesn't usually happen.
I hope the Tigers, though, start slow and finish strong this year. But right now, it starts slow, finish scary. The Grizzlies are flat out on fire. They play tonight the Detroit Pistons. They are 13-point favorites over them. They should get a big, fat W. And that is Isaac Simpson. Check out all of his work at TigerSportsReport.com. Don't forget his Tiger Den podcast at the Tiger Den Pod. And don't forget at Ethos Grizzlies. At Ethos Grizzlies. Check all that stuff out. Grizzlies are flat out smoking this year. So is Isaac Simpson. Follow him on Twitter at Isaac_Rivals. And make sure you tune in every single Thursday at 11:30 to catch my friend. Be blessed out there, brother, and stay warm.
Will do, man. Talk to you next week.
That's Isaac Simpson. I got to take a quick break, but I do want to tell you before I go there that on the other side, if you're thinking about lunch, ooh, do I have the special place for you to go? Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
The all-new Sports 56 Mornings with Greg Gaston and Eli Savoy. Brought to you by Action 24/7, James Gaddis Jewelers, and Acura of Memphis. Weekday mornings from 7 to 10 right here on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
Brian Elder's Roofing Solutions.
I'm Brian Elder, 867-0303. Hurricane season is upon us. Is your roof ready? Are your shingles laying down and sealed properly? Call me right now, 867-0303. They say you get what you pay for. That's why my opinion is free. Maybe you've got years of life left in your roof. If so, I'll tell you that. But if I find storm damage or a compromised roof system, I'll lay out some options for you. Don't let them tell you it needs to be replaced if it only needs a repair. Call me, 867-0303. Has your insurance company already seen it and rejected your claim? Maybe they're correct. Most of the time, they're not. They do tend to become more reasonable once I get involved, though. 867-0303. I'll measure your roof from outer space or BrianElderRoofing.com.
Call 867-0303. Brian Elder's Roofing Solutions.
It's free furnace time. Hi, this is John Conway with Conway Services. Are you considering replacing your air conditioning system this spring? January is our slowest month of the year. Our warehouse is full and our crews are slow. So to spark business during these cold winter months, Conway Services is giving away Carrier 80% gas furnaces absolutely free with the purchase of a standard Carrier air conditioning system. That's right, purchase a Carrier air conditioning system in the month of January and get a gas furnace absolutely free. If that's not enough, we'll include an April air cleaner, a 10-year parts warranty, and a free Nest thermostat. That's up to $2,000 in savings. Plus, get your new system for as low as $139 per month or 12 months interest-free. Now, you can do that. And you know with Conway Services, you'll be receiving our award-winning service every time. And the first 30 callers with a 10-year-old air conditioning system will come out and inspect it absolutely free.
Call 384-3511. Conway Services. Call Conway today.
Hewlett & Dunn Boot and Clothing Company, we have it all. From handmade Amish leather belts, fine and casual clothing, boots, casual boots, work boots, fancy boots, and even safety-toed boots. Lots of cowboy hats to choose from, even Nebo lights, Orco hard coolers, good-looking duck head dress shirts, duck head caps, shorts, and pants. Tons of jeans from Ariat, Wrangler, Devil Dog, and Kimes Ranch jeans. At Hewlett & Dunn, we have a great selection of Old South t-shirts and caps. Fine clothing from dress to casual to Sunday best. Enjoy choosing from UFO's orthopedic approved shoes. Hewlett & Dunn Boot and Clothing Company. Boots of every size, every color, every skin. Great quality Western, work, and safety toe boots. Hewlett & Dunn Boots and Clothing Company. 111 North Center Street, Collierville. Hewlett & Dunn. Hewlett & Dunn, serving you and your family since 1961.
Without the ones like you, who work tirelessly to keep things running, everything would suddenly stop. Hospitals, factories, schools, and power plants, they all depend on you. No matter the weather, emergency, or time of day, you're the ones who get it done. At Grainger, we're here for you 24/7, with supplies and solutions for every industry, and access to product specialists ready to help. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Mount Moriah Moriah Auto Sales. What sets them apart? Great selection, quality, high-end to low-end cars, and low mileage. Mount Moriah Auto Sales is under new management. Ask for Emmett or Steven. Check out their great selection of cars or trucks. Choose from Dodges, Jeeps, Fords, GMCs, Infinitis, Porsches, Range Rovers, Lexus, Mercedes, BMWs, even Bentleys. Mount Moriah Auto Sales also has a great service department with 12 bays for everything from oil changes to alignment to new tires. Go to MountMoriahAutoSales.com. Pick out your like new car or truck today. Mount Moriah Auto Sales, right on the corner and right on the price.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Happy Hour with Johnny Radio. This hour of Sports 56 Happy Hour is brought to you by MemphisFarmers.com. Insurance coverage backed by a local agent and a brand trusted nationwide. We are farmers. MemphisFarmers.com. Here once again is Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I am your buddy, Johnny Radio. That's my good buddy on the other side, Zach Boyd. Snowing in the Mid-South. It's icy. Don't use your credit card to de-ice your car. And we also got drama. Everybody out there seems a little bit, how do I say this, butthurt. Like you got the Aaron Rodgers going back and forth with the MVP voter. You've got now LeBron James and... Did you hear about the Washington Wizards analyst Glenn Consor?
Yeah, I heard the clip.
You heard it?
Yeah, I was like, oh boy.
Well, see, I did not know about the whole situation. I'm going to talk about this during Hardenwood, but I honestly can see both sides. But I can definitely see where a Wizards and the analyst thought Kevin Porter Jr. was former Wizards Kevin Porter, who played there, who led the league 4 times in assists. He thought that was his kid. You can see that, right?
Well, I don't know who Kevin Porter
Senior.
He
played for the Washington Wizards. He's a Wizards analyst. He thought the son that played for the Rockets was the son of the player that used to play for the Wizards that he called the games.
Yeah.
So, like, I can understand. He said he pulled the trigger at the right time. The problem with that, Kevin Porter Sr.'s real dad is not the former NBA player, Kevin Porter Sr. In 94, he shot a young lady, went to prison. In fact, I think he killed, a 13-year-old girl? Yeah, he killed a 14-year-old girl in 1993. Now, of course, LeBron went banana sandwiches, called for his firing. I don't blame him. But if that is honestly a sincere, true mistake, and you thought that Kevin Porter Jr. was the former Kevin Porter who played for the team that you used to call, that kind of does make sense, doesn't it? I mean, dude, you called the games for Kevin Porter Sr. Then you're calling a game and Kevin Porter Jr. comes into your house. I can understand how you would think, oh, he's the son of the former guy who used to play for us.
I get that. And he probably came from a sincere place.
I don't really think that anybody, I mean, in reality, if a person shot a 14-year-old girl, that's something you don't joke about.
No. But then again, like, they are announcers. They
do your
have
research.
All of that research in front of them.
Yeah, make sure that it's Kevin Porter's kid before you're like, yeah.
Yeah.
And
because just to compare with this one before we go to break here, like Pete and Brevin, like they always do their research on players. And you hear about the players' stories while the game is going on. Like you don't hear him saying like, oh yeah, whatever player, shot it like he mean it. Like what? Like no.
And I do see the one thing I guess I think what it is I really truly though, if you go back and listen to it, he hit, like, Kevin Porter Jr. hit the game-winning shot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He hit the game-winning shot. He plays for Houston against the Wizards.
Right.
He said Kevin Porter Jr., like his dad, pulled the trigger at the right time. And it felt like, I mean, if you realize that, oh, he called games for Kevin Porter Sr., who played for the Wizards, I can see how you can think that, and he'd be like, oh, he put the dagger in our team like his dad did back in the day.
Yeah, but that was not his dad.
But my goodness, that was not his dad, and when you look at his father's history, that kind of breaks your heart, and it's just a whole sad situation. Now, my man Glenn Consor has reached out to Kevin Porter Jr., apologized profusely, said he would never say anything like that if he knew his father had, murdered a girl in 93. And to be honest with you, I don't even know how you would find out about that stuff. I mean, I know you can like Google it up, but my first thought, I don't know. It was poor choice of words. It was bad take.
All I'm gonna say is it was documented when he got drafted. It was brought up when he got drafted. So,
man, and I didn't even remember that bad boy.
That's all.
Oh well, I'll tell you one thing. I would hate to be in his shoes. I'd also hate to be in Antonio Brown's, Bruce Arians, Tom Brady's trainer. The Bucs are right now just a mess. Can they make a Super Bowl run? I don't think so. On the other side, I've got a. When you went to high school, did people shank you? Do you know what that means?
With a pencil?
No, not a stab. We used to call it like, dude, like like a guy would be like talking to a girl. He's like 13. You're 13 years old, and you're like, hey, you want me to go buy you a milk carton? And then like your buddies come behind you and like de-pants you.
Yeah.
And embarrass you in front of a girl.
And that's de-pantsing us.
No, it's called getting shanked.
Oh, well, that's not something that.
Well, that's what we called it back in the dead-cum 80s, okay? All right, deal with it. Well, did you know that a Tennessee House of Representatives or something like that, what is he? He's a Tennessee politician. He's part of he's the Tennessee House Republican lawmaker. His name is Jeremy Faison. I can't wait to tell you what he did at a high school basketball game. And it has to do with de-panting, as he likes to say, or getting shanked. And I'm not talking about stabbed. I'm talking about have your pants pulled down in front of another girl. Well, we got that. So much more. I got Bots Talk, Dr. Dre, AB Drama. I got all kinds of things for you. But first and foremost, I have to remind you, Central Barbecue is rocking. It's rolling. It's open. And its smoke is their sauce. The Tigers, they don't have all the smoke. Central Barbecue has all the smoke. And they have 4 locations downtown. Central, Summer, the new one out here on Poplar. Absolutely out of control delicious. Best ribs in the world. You can even ship the world. Go to eatcbq.com. Ship that barbecue. Go by and get you some pulled chicken. Maybe you're trying to diet. Get you some turkey. Turnip greens. If you ain't worried about that, get you some mac and cheese, Texas toast, and a big old thing of pulled pork. Central Barbecue, it's simply the best. We'll be back with Hardenwood, some bets, also some SEC news. Snoop Connor, do you know what he declared?
No, what did he declare?
I'll tell you on the other side. Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
Is in my head.
Welcome to Triumph Auto Sales, where you'll have a great car buying experience. Triumph Auto Sales is your #1 source of quality pre-owned vehicles ranging from lease returns to new car trades, all at huge savings. Plus, Triumph has a full array of financing options to meet your needs. Find your next car online at triumphautosales.com or stop in today at 4875 Elmore Road. Triumph Auto Sales will help you get the vehicle you want at the price you need and the service you deserve. For a great car and a great experience from a local and family-owned business, visit Triumph Auto Sales.
Belly Acres' motto is City-Fied Farm Fresh. The goal is simple: provide a fun, unique farm-to-table experience for the whole family. 2 great locations, Regalia at 6130 Poplar and in Overton Square at 2102 Trimble Place. Overton Square hours Sunday through Thursday 11A to 9P, Friday and Saturday 11A to 10P. Regalia Sunday through Thursday 10:30 a.m. to 9 p.m. and Friday and Saturday 10:30 a.m. to 11 p.m. Signature burgers are made from 100% grass-fed beef. Sandwiches, salads, and the best milkshakes anywhere. The burgers, so good, like the Daria or the Double Daria, and the melt in your mouth. And you have to try the Voodoo Moo Moo. It is the quality brand the Belly Acres team has developed using grass-fed beef with creative homemade toppings in a fun farm setting right here in the city. The goal at Belly Acres, to become even more sustainable as they grow. In Overton Square and in Regalia, the very best quality available in Memphis, burger shakes and smiles at Belly Acres.
It's time to call Doug and Colin Brown for your house. Looking to buy or sell a home in Mississippi? Rely on Doug and Colin Brown, $1 Million Realtors at Regency Realty in Mississippi. This father-son combo will help you find your next dream home. With decades of experience, Doug and Colin Brown put honesty, integrity, and clients first. Call Doug and Colin Brown in Mississippi at 901-598-9168. Regency Realty, 901-350-5050.
Make 2022 your year to glow at Ulta Beauty's Love Your Skin event happening now. Upgrade your skincare routine and discover your healthiest skin yet with up to 50% off daily beauty steals. From faves like Tula, First Aid Beauty, and Clarins. Feel your best with a skincare routine made just for you. But hurry, this event ends January 22nd. Shop in-store, online, or try curbside pickup today. Ulta Beauty. The possibilities are beautiful.
Case IH is a proud supporter of the Mississippi Farm Bureau, and thanks to a membership benefits partnership, Mississippi Farm Bureau members receive a discount of up to $500 on every qualifying Case IH tractor and piece of equipment you purchase. This discount may be used with other promotions, rebates, or offers. So join Mid-South Ag Equipment and the Mississippi Farm Bureau and pocket up to $500 in savings. Call Mid-South Ag at 662-890-3141 to get your discount today.
We are Sports 56 WHBQ Memphis and W253DF Memphis, Flynn Broadcasting Stations. Welcome back to Sports 56 Happy Hour with Johnny Radio. This hour of Sports 56 Happy Hour is brought to you by Tito's Vodka. Here once again is Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I am your buddy, Johnny Radio. Zach Boyd is in the house. All of y'all out there can join the program at 901-360-8255 at the AutoZone text and listener line. Hit me up. We've been talking all about Antonio Brown. We've been talking a little basketball. We've been talking a little everything, haven't we?
Yes, we have.
Also, I'm about to tell all you men out there how you can save your relationship if you've been like me during the months and done nothing but watch sports. There is now a show that you can actually watch with your girlfriend, and you can still be entertained. I know you're excited about that. Plus, I've got a new business idea for everybody out there. I don't know if I should tell people this idea because it's genius. You don't really have to do anything, and you can make mad buku cash. Would you like to sit around and not do anything?
All the time.
And just make buku bucks?
Yes.
Well, I'm going to tell you how to do it in just 1 minute. But first, I got to tell you, thank you, Frontier Western Store. I got boots for the snow. I got boots to go hiking. I got dress boots to wear to church. I got nice boots to wear to dinner. I got all kinds of boots. You know why? Because I go to Frontier Western Store at 5880 Goodman Road down in Olive Branch to the largest boot showroom on planet Earth. They got women's boots, men's boots, Western boots, work boots, you name it, they got them boots, baby. Head on down to 5880 Goodman Road anytime, 9 to 7, Monday through Saturday, 1 to 6 on Sunday, or shop 24/7, 365 at Frontier Western Store. If you get the order online, you get your order shipped out within 24 hours. Any order of $75 or more is shipped absolutely free. And not only do they have the largest boot showroom, but they have a ladies' boutique. They have a children's section. They have all the jeans you can want from Ariat to Wrangler and everything in between. Check out Frontier Western Store, family owned and operated since 1967. Let's go to Hardinwood.
Oh, we are going to Hardinwood.
Oh, yeah, you forgot that one?
Yeah, I totally forgot about Hardinwood.
Man, it's okay. Hey, man,
so
you know what? Like I said, it's snowing outside.
I got lazy.
You got your brain all messed up.
All right, let's try it one more time. Say it for me.
Let's go to Hardinwood.
This is Access Hardinwood.
We made it to Hardinwood. Now, I think I'm going to have to start off with this story first. Snoop Conner, and this is not necessarily a Hardinwood story. This is just, I want to tell the Ole Miss peeps. You know what I'm saying? Snoop Conner, last night, I believe. Yeah, last night. Sent out the message, because that's when I saw it. He said he wanted to thank Rebel Nation. Went through a long list of all the things and how appreciative he is to have been a Rebel, to have been blessed to play down in Oxford. And he loves the fans, the coaching staff, teammates. Beautifully written, wonderful thank you. But the key here is he just wanted to say, after continuous prayer and talks with my family, I've made the decision to forego my senior season and enter my name in the 2022 NFL Draft. I will always be an Ole Miss Rebel. It's not a goodbye, Rebel Nation. It's a see you later. Thank you for everything. Hotty toddy forever, Snoop Conner. That was a really good. That was nice, and that was just the the little bottom paragraph. There's like 4 nice paragraphs above that jaunt. That's the way you do it. But anybody surprised that Snoop's bouncing? Heck to the Nizzo. Are you?
No.
Man's rolling over people. Dude was also 4th on the depth chart. Yet he ran the ball and got so many touchdowns it wasn't even funny. Snoop don't play. I think he's going to be really good in the National Football League. We talked about Aaron Rodgers and my man Arkush, the whole apology and all that good stuff. Aaron Rodgers basically called the dude a bum. I don't blame him. The guy basically character assassinated Aaron Rodgers and doesn't know him. But I do have to go in defense of both of them. My man Arkush, who came out there and said Aaron Rodgers is the biggest jerk. Let's be honest. Is he the only person that thinks Aaron Rodgers is a jerk? How many times have you heard his brother call him a jerk? How many times? I mean, is he tight with his family? No. Does he throw his general manager under the bus, Brian Gutekunst? Yes. Did he get mad at LaFleur last year in the playoffs for not letting him go for it on 4th down and kicking the field goal like an idiot? Yes. Did he let his teammates know that he was even coming back until late in the year? No. And he probably had a lot of fans who are Green Bay Packers fans freaking out. So, I mean, I wouldn't say he's a jerk. What I would say is Aaron Rodgers is always looking out for everybody else, but only after he looks out for number one, and that's Aaron Rodgers. You can't really crush him for that. And by the way, Mr. Arkush, Aaron Rodgers came back and defended himself for what you said about him. When you come out and completely apologize and say, whether or not you were the MVP this year is up to the 50-member panel, neither me nor my critics. I couldn't possibly be more sorry for dragging all of you into my mess, and I hope you will accept my apology. Arkush, that was kind of weak, wasn't it? Like, don't you have to stick by your guns? If you're going to go on air and you're basically going to call somebody out, and then all of a sudden they hear you, like, what did they think that was not going to get back to? Did he think that was actually not going to get back to Aaron Rodgers? He votes for the MVP. He's one of a 50-person panel who votes for the MVP in the National Football League. He makes those comments on a radio station. What did he think? Oh, Aaron's never going to hear. This will never get back to Aaron Rodgers.
He's from Chicago?
Yeah.
Yeah, clearly. Yeah. Again, like it's a.
Do you think he's more? Is he more mad that he said he owns Chicago or that he's not vaxxed?
I was getting ready to point that out because Aaron Rodgers have owned Chicago, so I think he's upset that Aaron Rodgers said that he owns Chicago, and then on top of that, it made him, give him a reason to say, oh, he was unvaxxed to start the season. Like, okay, like I'm not voting for you, but you gotta stand. I mean, if you're gonna say it, you're gonna have to say it.
I do have to admit, though, Aaron Rodgers dropped bombs on him. He just called him a complete bum, and he goes, by the way, has anybody ever heard of this guy before he called me out? That's like the ultimate thing. He's like, everybody knows this dude's name because he talked ish about me. So I got to give Aaron a little bit of credit on that. Now, this is great stuff. Are you ready for it?
I'm ready.
This is the business plan. This is how we're going to make a whole lot of money. Have you ever watched 90 Day Fiancé?
No, but I've heard some of the great tales that came along with it.
Now, this is one of the shows that I actually used to watch with one of my girlfriends because, there's no sports on and I can at least handle it because it's kind of weird. It's like like how people get on the internet and if they're not actually talking to a bot, and it's a real person, and then they decide to go to another country and meet them. And then in this show, you have 90 days. You're engaged before you get there, and you have 90 days to get married. Are you going to get married or not? And then they do 90 days the other way, where you have Americans going over to foreign countries, and you have foreign countries coming to America. Pretty interesting show. But there was a young lady who became a reality TV star. And her name is Stephanie Matto. She's 31 years old, and she literally blew people away on social media. Do you know how she blew them away?
I'm afraid.
She announced that she was making $50,000 a week selling her farts. No joke. $50,000 a week selling her farts. Now,
does she got OnlyFans?
Nope. I'm going to even tell you what she's got better. So she's now moved to Connecticut. She's a resident here in the United States. She gained again an international recognition appearing on the 90 Day Fiancé show. She started her own YouTube channel, wrote a book, and founded an X-rated subscription site called Unfiltered. So she's making bank. But instead of showing her naked body, she sold her farts. Like, have you ever heard anybody selling a fart? Like, you get to look on her online, and she, like, waves at you, and then your jar comes in. Like, what do? You're like, okay, I just ordered Stephanie's fart. It's going to be here in a couple days. So then what do? Go, like, look at her on the internet, and then you, like, crack the jar and sniff it?
Oh.
Isn't that nasty? She made over $200,000 a day. I mean, $200,000 in her first month. But guess what?
Some people got weird fetishes, man.
Yeah, they do. They do. But you know what? There's a whole... And by the way, I love how she says this. She's like my old factory business, as she called it. She said, I captured my emissions in a jar and sold them. I captured my emissions.
Like it's supposed to be eco-friendly or something like that.
Yes, well, this is where the story gets even funnier. So Stephanie, she had quite the scare this week. So she had to be rushed to the hospital with chest pains. She feared she was having a heart attack. She underwent a battery of tests. She did blood work and EKG. She said the pain in her stomach was so bad, and her heart and her chest, and the doctors came back and said, you're going to have to change your diet. You're going to have to stop eating gas-inducing beans and eggs, drinking protein powders, and all this stuff. And she said she thought she was having a stroke, and she thought that her final moments were trying to capture her emissions. She said, I was overdoing it. She said, I'm a fartrepreneur, and I had to squeeze out at least 50 jars a day worth of farts to keep up with the demand. Like, this is one thing you have to say. She's ethical. She didn't hire a bunch of people to fart in a jar for her and say they were from Stephanie. She was farting every single day. She said to keep up with the demand, which was 50 jars a day she had to fart in, she said that she would eat beans and eggs, protein shakes, a huge bowl of black bean soup, and she said that she could knock out at least 50 jars a day. She also said she could tell something was not right that evening when she was laying in bed and could feel pressure in her stomach moving upward. She said it was quite hard to breathe, and every time I tried to breathe, I'd feel a pinching sensation around my heart. She said it made her anxiety increase. She had a panic attack. They had to take her to the hospital. And she said again, of course, her doctors advised her to change her diet. So she now came out and says, as luck would have it, once I put a jar up for sale. Oh, God, this is so bad. I can't say that. She said that she decided to branch out and make the natural gas manufacturers friendly. She does put out a simple thing out there, and she puts out a thing. She says, I want you to know that, and this is to all the other fartrepreneurs that she believes are going to follow in her footsteps. 50 jars, here's what she says. 50 jars is too many, okay? You cannot eat beans, eggs, and protein shakes every day. And she said also, I'm going to put you in a little secret. Certain foods produce better smelling farts, and some produce bad smelling farts. She said, I got a lot of people, by the way, out there praising me, calling me a girl boss, telling me I inspire them to be unashamed of who I am. But on the other end, I've also got a ton of negativity. I've even got death threats. And some person told me I should end my life for selling my farts. She said she does think, though, her family is relieved. And honestly, she said her colon is relieved, too. She said she will not be selling any farts. So if you've got one of her farts in a can or in a glass, hold on to that. It'll be a collector's item someday. If you had Stephanie's fart, are you opening it or are you holding it as a collector's item?
No, I'm trashing it. Like, I don't want that. There's no way you gonna make me pay $100,000 to have her farts around my house. No.
Now, one other thing I gotta say though is she did put out this little thing on her new Unfiltered website. I think everything happens for a reason, and although my fart selling days are ending, I'm just going to let y'all know I'm going to save the money that I've made. Thank you. And I'm putting it into crypto. Stephanie dropping bombs all over the place.
Again, if she would have had an OnlyFans account, I wouldn't be as half upset about it because it's OnlyFans is a thing.
Yeah.
You're selling jars of your own fart. And
I
that's
just didn't know,
nasty.
dude. She had to do 50 a day to keep up with all the. Like, this is what I'm trying to say is, would you ever have thought that people would pay you actual hard-earned money to ship, like, to one, capture your gas, seal it, and mail it to you?
Yeah.
I never would have thought that.
No.
And by the way, though, let's just be real with her. I do have to say, though, again, this is an ethical woman. She didn't go out and hire some people. You know, she didn't just go post up outside the local Mexican restaurant and everybody come out there farting my jar.
This is a local business.
This is like she was straight up using her own business.
This is a small business.
Now, remember when I told you people get crazy at high school basketball games, it seems like. We've had a few incidents over the years. You've seen people go banana sandwiches. What was it, last week that their dad came out of the stands and punched that ref? And he also got, like he's looking at jail time. Well, Tennessee GOP, Jeremy Faison, he's the chair of the House Republicans Caucus in the Tennessee House of Representatives. He is now apologizing after threatening to fight a referee during a high school basketball game. The dust-up included what appeared to be his failed attempt to depant the referee as he got thrown out of the game. So he goes up there, he's got his finger in the ref's face, he's yelling at him. The refs walk over there, and they're like, "You're out of here." And then he said, he even admits, he says, "I wanted him to fight me." He said, "My temper got the best of me. I acted like a fool tonight. I lost my temper on a ref. I was wanting to fight him. Totally lost my junk and got booted. I was bad wrong." I got to admit, another person who is admitting they're bad wrong. But, dude, I don't know, man. Like, could you imagine, let's see, who's in the, I'm trying to think of, like, some powerful politicians. Could you imagine, like, George W. and Bill Clinton, like, depanting each other or attempting to? Oof, that'd be crazy stuff. But, yeah, Tennessee representative tried to depant a ref, and now he's apologizing. Did you hear about what happened to Novak Djokovic? He is not coming back on to the Aussie land. You know, he flew into Australia. Woo! You know why he flew in? Because they were going to have the first Grand Slam of 2020 down under. It's called the Australian Open. Well, did you know Australia has been under major lockdown since the whole COVID-19 thing? I didn't, because I don't live there, but they have been hard lockdown restrictions. They've been pretty much placed ever since the pandemic started. Well, Novak Djokovic got a medical exemption to come to Australia and play tennis without being vaxxed. When this stuff got out, everybody in Australia is like, "I've been locked in my house for 2 years, and you're going to let this dude fly in with the vid or not be vaxxed?" I mean, he doesn't have the vid. I don't know. Sorry. Wild speculation. He's not vaxxed. He admits it. But dude flew all the way there. When he landed, did you know they put him in a quarantine room for 9 hours before they flew him out?
I believe that.
Dang, dude.
They don't play over there.
Australia don't give it, man.
They were the first country to actually reopen once their COVID cases were gone.
Dude, and also a place that's got like all kinds of deadly animals. Like I can understand you not playing. But yeah, you know who came out and says that he's in great support of Novak Djokovic being out? It's Rafi Nadal. He comes out and says, in my opinion, honestly, he shouldn't be in Australia. In fact, he doesn't like the stance that he's taken. Oh, blah, 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 blah. Now, and then he encouraged his rival to get vaccinated. Do you think Rafi Nadal is just now realizing, wait a second, he's the number one player in the world. I got a chance to win this junk now that he's out. What do you think? Is this more about being vaxxed, or is this about Nadal wanting to win the Australian Open?
I mean, can it be both? I mean, like, they are good. They're good buddies. Djokovic and Federer, they're all good buddies. They're all good friends. So they like to see each other, like, compete.
You would think so.
Ideally, yeah. But, I mean, does this help his chances of winning the Australian Open? Of course it does.
Yeah, number one player's out, bro.
Of course it does. But they're good friends. So it makes sense for him to come out and say, no, like, come on, bro, get vaccinated so we can play together and play around the country, you know?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I think he's just glad he's out. Now, Charlie Batch, you remember him at all? He used to be a Steelers quarterback. He played quarterback at Eastern Michigan.
Yes.
Did you see what he did on Twitter yesterday?
No.
So he went out on Twitter and offered Caleb Williams. He said, transfer to Eastern Michigan for 1 year, and I will give you $1 million in name, image, likeness, and you will be the spokesperson for Game Above Capital. It's a financial company that he started with a bunch of Eastern Michigan University alums. He's on Batch is on their advisory board. And he says, bro, you come out here for just 1 year, $1 million. Bro, are you going to Eastern Michigan for a year?
I would think about it. I would give it a hard look. Because if I could go to one of these bigger programs like Alabama or like
he's going to USC
Georgia,
if he doesn't go anywhere.
USC, whoever, like
he's following Lincoln.
Yeah, or just any big time program that can get me to the championship game.
But he's saying just 1 year. Charlie Batch said you come here for 1 year and then you can get back in the portal and bounce. But just 1 year, and I'll give you $1 million for 1 year of playing football.
Well, how many times can he get back into the portal? Because he could lose a year, depending on.
Let me tell you something. You can always get back in the portal, man. You ever seen Star Trek?
A little bit.
Yeah, they beam you up, they beam you down. That's what the portal is.
So you go into Eastern Michigan to get a quick meal, and then you just bounce.
Obviously, you can make it to the NFL playing at Eastern Michigan. Charlie Batch did.
Of course,
Delaware, Joe Flacco, Wyoming, Josh Allen. Where did Tony Romo play? Which little bitty college did he play at? I can't even remember.
Eastern Michigan.
Was it Eastern Michigan?
I thought it was Eastern Michigan.
I can't remember where it was, to be honest with you. But there's a lot of really talented quarterbacks who necessarily didn't go to big schools.
Eastern Illinois.
Eastern Illinois, yeah. You had the eastern part. You had the eastern right. Eastern Illinois.
I was close.
You were close. But, man, $1 million in cold, hard cash. Woo-wee. And then also, this just segues perfectly into my next little comment. Talk about quarterbacks. A lot of quarterbacks in the NFL, come from small schools. Not all the champions, the national championship quarterbacks always go. Now, Mac Jones and Joe Burrow, yes. But it didn't really work out that great for Jameis Winston. And then if you talk about Georgia, have you ever thought about this? Stetson Bennett has a chance to go where the other heralded Georgia quarterbacks have not been. Think about remember Eric Zaire, David Green, Aaron Murray? They finished their football careers as the Southeastern Conference's all-time leading passer. Right now, Aaron Murray still owns that distinction. Matthew Stafford was the number 1 pick in the 2009 NFL Draft. Recent 5 stars include Jacob Eason, Justin Fields, Brock Vandergraff, who is still on the team. You have JT Daniels, who was a 5-star quarterback transfer to Athens in 2020 to be the starter. And then you have this really unlikely story of Stetson Bennett IV, who walked on at Georgia, left Georgia, came back to Georgia, and now somehow has the ability to do what nobody's done in 41 seasons, and that's win a national championship. And the reason I say 41 seasons, because the Associated Press crowned Georgia in 1980 the champions. They haven't won since then. That's over 15,000 days, 41 years. You know what I'm saying? It's been a long, long time. And if you thought Stetson Bennett, I mean, how unlikely is that a former walk-on is now going to be the guy who can go in the rarefied air? Like Aaron Murray couldn't get it done in 2012. Jake Fromm couldn't get it done in 2017. Can Stetson Bennett IV get it done in 2022? We're going to find out on Monday. Georgia, Alabama.
Unless Georgia pulls in Alabama and if Stetson starts to stink up the joint.
Oh, man, there's no way.
We're throwing in JT Daniels to save the day.
JT will not play. It is all about Stetson Bennett right now. And he looked really good. Now, of course, he was playing Michigan, a Big Ten football team. Please. I'm just kidding for all those Big Ten fans. That's basically a shot at C.J. Hurt. You know he's a big Michigan fan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Surprising. Like, I look up where Eastern Michigan University is. It's literally right next door to Ann Arbor.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Wow. I didn't know that. You think they went over there and had, like, sorority swaps and things?
I can see it.
I can see it. I can see it, too. By the way, I got to tell y'all about how I'm going to save your relationship with your significant other. Got a TV show for you to watch. Got some bets to place. Got some information. Grizzlies Pistons play tonight. Friendly confines of FedEx Forum. 7 o'clock tip. Grizzlies are currently 13-point favorites. We'll be back in 2 shakes on Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
Be sure to follow us at Sports 56 WHBQ on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube to watch live video of our shows. Stay up to date with station events and have chances to win prizes from Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
Memphis basketball fans, your Tigers play host to Cincinnati at home on January 9th at the FedEx Forum. Game time is slotted for 2:30 p.m. Fans are encouraged to come out to the game wearing blue, as your Tigers will be wearing their blue Memphis State jerseys at the game. There will be a professional juggling act you don't want to miss at halftime. That's January 9th at 2:30 p.m. Delivered by FedEx. For tickets, call 901-678-2331 or visit GoTigersGoTix.com today.
Brian Elder's Roofing Solutions.
I'm Brian Elder, 867-0303. Hurricane season is upon us. Is your roof ready? Are your shingles laying down and sealed properly? Call me right now, 867-0303. They say you get what you pay for. That's why my opinion is free. Maybe you've got years of life left in your roof. If so, I'll tell you that. But if I find storm damage or a compromised roof system, I'll lay out some options for you. Don't let them tell you it needs to be replaced if it only needs a repair. Call me, 867-0303. Has your insurance company already seen it and rejected your claim? Maybe they're correct. Most of the time, they're not. They do tend to become more reasonable once I get involved, though. 867-0303. I'll measure your roof from outer space or BrianElderRoofing.com.
Call 867-0303. Brian Elder's Roofing Solutions.
Without the ones like you, who work tirelessly to keep things running, everything would suddenly stop. Hospitals, factories, schools, and power plants, they all depend on you. No matter the weather, emergency, or time of day, you're the ones who get it done. At Grainger, we're here for you 24/7, with supplies and solutions for every industry, and access to product specialists ready to help. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
You might not know me, but I'm Zip with the ZipCat construction app.
Why are you collecting leftover construction materials, Zip?
I'm turning it into cash.
That's easy. You can turn leftover materials into cash. Keep it out of dumpsters and help the environment.
That's why they call me Zip, the construction guru. Also, ZipCat app saves you time and money. Lets you describe a job, name your price, and get a job done.
That's smart, Zip. You're amazing.
General contractors, take a few minutes, price a job, and get it done. Download the free ZipCat app from the Apple Store or Google Play. Best tool in your toolbox.
It's a brand new year.
And yet still here you are.
And now I'm not saying that you should make New Year's resolutions.
But if you did, they should all have something to do with Central Barbecue, right?
You think I'm so predictable?
That's because you are.
I could have been about to say anything.
As long as anything by me telling people to go to Central Barbecue.
Well, yeah.
See, predictable. Still, we do love us some Central Barbecue.
Exactly. So people should resolve to spend plenty of time at one of the 4 locations of Central Barbecue this year.
You know what? You're right.
And you said I was predictable.
I knew you were going to say that.
Hey, you're not Pete.
Listen Sundays at 11 a.m. to join Idlewild Presbyterian Church for worship. Idlewild is a PCUSA church located in Midtown Memphis.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Happy Hour with Johnny Radio. This hour of Sports 56 Happy Hour is brought to you by Tito's Vodka. Here once again is Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I am your good buddy, Johnny Radio. Zach Boyd's in the house. Thank you to Isaac Simpson for joining us. We talked a lot of Tigers, some Grizzlies. We got the Tigers playing Sunday, 2:30 at FedEx Forum against Cincinnati. We do have some bad news, though. Tulsa had to postpone all their good stuff, and they're COVID positive. Hopefully it does not spread to the Memphis Tigers. We've already had their COVID issues this year. I like to be down at FedEx Forum at 2:30 on Sunday. Now, tonight you can be at FedEx Forum, 7 o'clock. Tip, Grizzlies. They play a sorry team, the Pistons. That's why the Pistons had the number 1 pick and got Cade Cunningham, because they're trash. Now, they're not bums, but they're trash. No, I think the Grizzlies get their 7th win in a row. They're solidly in the 4th. I'm excited about that. But I also got still more drama to bring up because did you know Antonio Brown? He put out a whole lot of stuff, like all kinds of crazy stuff, right? He's like, it's not crazy stuff, actually. If you look, I'm going to give you back what he said. Okay, so he exposed Alex Guerrero, Tom Brady's TB12 guru. He said how the guy didn't work with him, didn't help him out. He wanted half of the $100,000 he gave him at the beginning of the season. Alex Guerrero was nice, gave him back the $50K. Gave him back $50K, half of what he was, he paid him. That was on Christmas, though, that Antonio Brown asked for that, Christmas Eve. Kind of bad timing. But anyway, Antonio Brown came out and basically this morning got on the Twitter and went bananas, was taking screenshots of Bruce Arians' conversations, screenshots of Tom Brady's conversations. He also put out his doctor who said that he shouldn't play, blah, blah, blah. He's going to have surgery. And he also now is saying that the Bucs gave him a powerful pain med and forced him to play. He says, because of my commitment to the game, I relented to pressure directly from my coach to play injured. Despite the pain, I suited up. The staff injected me with what I now know was a powerful and sometimes dangerous painkiller that the National Football League's Players Association has warned us against using. I gave it my all for the team. I played until it was clear that I could not use my ankle to safely perform my playing responsibilities. Dang, that sounded so professional. On top of that, the pain was extreme. I took a seat on the sideline, and my coach came up to me very upset, and shouted, "What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you?" I told him it's my ankle, coach, but he knew that because we talked about it. We texted about it. Brown responded to him, "Coach, I can't." He didn't call medical attention. Instead, he shouted at me, "You're done," while he ran his finger across his throat. Coach was telling me that if I didn't play hurt, then I was done with the Bucs. Bottom line, I didn't quit. I was cut. I was fired. I didn't walk away from my brothers. I was thrown out because I was injured. Damn. That's pretty hardcore coming out of Bruce Arians, right? Well, Bruce Arians has now responded. Do you know what Bruce Arians has said? He said, Antonio Brown refused to go back into the game for one simple reason, because he wasn't getting the ball and was upset about it because he wanted to make his money. He was, 8 receptions, 46 yards, and a touchdown short of his $1 million bonus?
Something like that.
So, I don't know. I kind of don't believe it. They would have had another game this week. Again, a doctor has already come out and said he needs to have surgery. They did shoot him up with a painkiller. He does have, Bruce Arians says, hey, we need everybody for this playoff run to start playing. AB did say, if I'm healthy, I definitely will be there for you, coach. He did say if healthy. If my ankle holds up. He shot a screen picture of a dude working on his ankle at that moment when he was doing the texting back with Bruce Arians. He's like, I'm working on my ankle right now. So this thing is kind of spiraling out of control.
This is weird. Now we're getting to the point where we're pointing fingers. At first it was like, oh man, AB done it again, and then it went from AB, we done it again. It's like, well, wait a minute. He was hurt? I'm like, okay. if he was playing hurt, then he probably got an excuse. But then now Bruce Arians coming back is like, well, no, it was he was mad that he didn't get any catches. I'm like, oh. At this point for me, I'm like, all right, cool. I'm just going to wait and see how this plays out. Because they're both in the wrong regardless. They're both in the wrong regardless.
Yes, they are. It's kind of interesting. It's some wild stuff. Now, Bucs claim Antonio Brown asked for $2 million worth of incentives to be guaranteed before the game versus the Jets. And he said he was angry with his coach and their front office for not guaranteeing him that before the Jets game. These, again, accusations are going to be coming out fast and furious. I, again, say, you know what? AB might have done a great PR job, because even if this stuff is not true, somebody out there is now probably going to be willing to take a flyer and be like, oh, well, I'm not Bruce Arians. I wouldn't make him play hurt, but I sure could use him in the slot. We'll see. We'll see what happens going forward, but I got to tell you, how do you go forward in 2022 and get back in the good graces of your girlfriend? Do you know how you do it, Zach? You watch the show. Have you ever heard of this? I Can See Your Voice. You haven't heard of it, have you?
Is it at singing competition?
It is kind of a singing competition, but I'm not really digging on the singing competitions. Like I ain't gonna be watching what is it, The Voice or America's Got Talent or something or.
But it's just people up there lip singing and then.
Oh no! This is what makes it great because you can gamble on this thing. So here's what they do, and I got to explain this. This is something you can literally watch with your girlfriend, and you actually will enjoy it. Just make sure you get out a little sheet of paper, and you gamble on it with each other. Like put up you got to cook dinner for 4 nights or whatever. Just do a little wagering, and they have a good singer and a bad singer. So they got 6 people on stage. You have good singers and you have bad singers. The first competition, and everybody's dressed up. Like they had a garbage man, they had a ballerina, a mariachi woman, and they tell these outlandish stories. And they do these little fake TV clips about their life. And they say how they're great, accomplished singers. And you have to guess which one's really a good one and which one's really a bad one based on on the clues that you get. Because they lip sing, and then they do like this other competition and blah, blah, blah. Anyway, it's hilarious. And you know who's the host of the show? The little naked man from The Hangover.
Ken Jeong.
Thank you for knowing his name. His name's King Jeong.
Ken Jeong.
I just knew him as, and he even does it during the show. You know that? Can you make that sound? Wah! You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know it. I can't make it.
He
but
jumps on top of the dude when he's naked.
Yeah, that was. And
if you're old like me, they had like Debbie Gibson and what's that girl, Paula Abdul, a bunch of so if you're watching it with your girlfriend, like she's like, oh my gosh, Debbie Gibson. Oh, I remember Paula Abdul. And you know what? All you care about is the funny stuff. So watch that on Wednesdays with your girl. Get back in her good graces and win a few favors. I think men are better at picking this stuff out. I smoked her last night. Smoked her. All right, now I got to get back into sports. You know what? Sports sometimes aren't as fun, are they? We talked about a woman farting in a jar today.
Disgusting.
We talked, by the way, $200,000 richer. Would you take the humiliation? Well, your family was humiliated. She obviously wasn't humiliated. Would you be cool with your family being humiliated if you were going to get $200,000 for farting in jars?
I don't think my family would like that.
I don't think they would either. But
I don't think it would like that.
You could buy some really nice Christmas gifts.
Yeah, you can. Her type of business is something that you would do on the down low. You don't broadcast that out loud to people unless you want it to be broadcast.
She's a fartrepreneur. Just deal with it. Now, last night I went 1-1-1. I jacked on the deadgum Texas Tech Iowa State game because I got it at 4 and they hit that miracle shot. I lost Kyrie by 1 deadgum rebound. 20 points, 4 assists, 4 rebounds. He had 22 points, 4 assists, and 3 rebounds. But I did win the Ole Miss game. Ole Miss looked pretty deadgum good. But I have to say this, they took Tennessee to overtime. But if you're a Tennessee basketball fan right now, how worried are you about your basketball team? You saw against Texas Tech them struggle. They couldn't score. Tennessee defense does travel. Defense does travel. But Ole Miss, which was without its leading scorer, was right there and goes into overtime with the Vols. The Vols offense was absolute trash. Was Ole Miss's defense good? Yes. Was Texas Tech's defense good? Yes. But for a team that's that highly ranked and that highly thought of, you are good defensively, but you cannot have offensive stretches and shoot the ball that we have in a couple games this year. Do you think Tennessee is for real, or do you think once they get to the tournament, they'll probably get exposed?
Can it be both?
No, it cannot. I am putting my foot down.
It cannot. Knowing Rick Barnes' history.
They're going to fail in the tournament.
Yeah.
Go back to Texas. Why he was out of Texas, and that's why he's in a different orange over at UT.
Like Tennessee is a very talented team. I'm not gonna sit here and trash the players because they're good players.
Dude, you got Chandler, Fulkerson. Yes, they're a good team, but they play great defense. Rick Barnes is a great coach, but they go again through stretches. You saw it against Alabama. You saw it against Texas Tech. You saw it last night against Ole Miss, where they can't buy a bucket. I don't know, man. I'm a little bit worried about this Vols basketball team going forward, but not nearly as worried about the Tigers. Whew. Start slow, finish scary. That is the Tigers. Tonight, though, we have some college basketball that I'm interested. Iowa plays Wisconsin. Wisconsin's at home. They're in the Kohl Center over in Madison. They're a 3-point favorite over Iowa. You know who I like tonight? I like the dog. I like Iowa on the road. They've started 1-2 in the Big Ten. This is a must-win for them. Wisconsin, have they been playing great? Yes. Do they have one of the best players in the country? Yes. But this is do or die. And the Hawkeyes, man, they've looked a little bit better lately. They've been scoring the basketball extremely well. Their defense is still a little bit shaky. But, man, you got to like this Iowa Hawkeyes team tonight. You're getting points in a must-win games. I know Davis is – I mean, have you watched Davis play this year, Johnny Davis?
That's the Wisconsin kid, right?
Dude, he's cold-blooded, man. I mean, there's so many good players this year in college basketball. But right now, you could literally say he might be the player of the year in college basketball. I don't think he's going to be enough, though, against Iowa. I like Iowa +3. And the fact that they're only getting 3. I'm telling you. You know what that says? Hawkeyes all the way. Now, today's snowing outside. You know that, right?
Yeah.
So you know what you do on a day that it's snowing? You sit back and enjoy things. You enjoy life. And I know how you can enjoy life. If it's not snowing out there, head on over as fast as you can to 3670 South Houston Levee Road in Collierville. Go shop at Hemp 2.0. Experience the finest all-natural products at Hemp 2.0. If you don't know what hemp is, they do. It's a retail hemp store. They have CBD, Delta 8, Delta 9, Delta 10, THCO, THCB, THCP, HHC. They got over 100 different brands, from herb to the Chronix Effect to Sugar Leaf. You name it, they got it. They have a knowledgeable staff, because if you don't know much about hemp, well, they can help lead you in the right direction. And what I mean by that is, if you need to sleep better, they got you covered. Get you a little indica gummy and take care of that. If you need to manage pain, woo-wee. Let's see. They have a lot of stuff. Kratom. They also have CBD roll-ons. They have CBD capsules. But the one thing that I really like for pain, eat you a THCO gummy with a little Delta 9 in it. You ain't going to feel jack. You're going to feel absolutely wonderful. Or eat you a sugar leaf chocolate. If you want to ease anxiety, woo, I don't think anything works better than the herb. It's a live resin vape cart, and it just chills me out like you wouldn't. Or if you just want to feel good and a little euphoric, they have you covered too. Today's a great day to just sit at the house, veg out on some sports, or maybe your TV shows, catch up on the I Can See Your Voice, make your girlfriend happy, maybe watch The Notebook. I don't know, but you better be high to watch The Notebook, right?
Why would you want to?
Dude, it's kind of like it's a sappy movie, man.
Yeah, it is, but it's more of a love movie.
Dude, at the end, the dude is reading a story to the woman that can't remember him, and he was the dude.
Yeah.
It's sad. Sad, man. You have to be high to watch The Notebook. So I would shop at hemp20.com. That's shophemp20.com, or I would head out to 3670 South Houston Levee Road and enjoy life. Again, if you want to have health, wellness, and just a better lifestyle, please go talk to the knowledgeable staff at Hemp 2.0. It is time to take a break. We got one more bet on the other side. Don't you dare touch that dial. Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
You have opinions?
Like a splinter in your mind, driving you mad.
We want to hear them. Call or text us on the AutoZone listener line at 360-8255. That's the AutoZone listener line at 901-360-8255.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
There's nothing more frustrating than when your garage door breaks down. You're trying to get to work and it just won't open. What's the deal? Well, I'm not a garage door expert, but my friends at New Day Overhead Doors are. I was using New Day to fix my garage way before they came aboard with us. They are your one-stop shop for all your garage door and garage door opener maintenance needs. True professionals. And get this, New Day will beat their major competitors' price, oftentimes by half. That's half the price. 30 years experience. Honest, dependable, family-owned business. Don't ignore those strange noises your garage door may be making. It's New Day Overhead Doors for a simple repair or new garage door opener system. To schedule your appointment, call 901-351-5177. That's 901-351-5177. New Day Overhead Doors.
Susan, it's so great to finally be able to get together again.
Oh, it sure is. And I really appreciate you picking up the bill.
I'm happy to. I've got the extra cash. Since we've all been driving so much more again, I've been using Get Upside, the free gas app that pays you cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Wait a minute. Are you saying you actually get paid cash when you buy gas with the Get Upside app?
Yes, up to 25 cents a gallon. Cash back every time I buy gas.
Does that actually add up to anything?
Some months I make $200 to $300.
Wow, that's serious extra cash. I'm downloading the free Get Upside app now.
Download the free Get Upside app now in the App Store or Google Play to save up to 25 cents a gallon when you buy gas. Use promo code PATH for a 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. That's up to 50 cents a gallon on your next fill-up. You can cash out anytime to PayPal or an e-gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Get Upside app and use promo code PATH for a 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code PATH.
Hi, folks. It's year-end at the Sunrise Chevy Ranch. Hundreds of new and used Chevy cars and trucks to choose from with huge savings on select models. Immediate financing available with interest rates low as 0%. A $7 million used car inventory specializing in late model GM certified cars and trucks, and lots of vehicles under $10,000. Financing for everyone, regardless of past credit. Save some money and end the year in style. Huge year-end savings going on now at the Sunrise Chevy Ranch, 385 in Houston, Levy, and Collierville. The best things in life may not be free, but at least they're affordable at sunrisememphis.com. Find new roads.
Tire pressure light on? Tread low? Car sliding when you stop? It's time to go down to Milton on the Spot. Serving you at 3 locations: 1684 Getwell Road, 2127 Elvis Presley, and 3691 North Watkins. Memphis' largest supply of new and used tires, all under warranty. Yes, that's warranty on used tires too. Ask about the tire rotation and balance specials. Milton on the Spot on Getwell Road, Elvis Presley, or North Watkins. Here to take care of your every tire need. Milton on the Spot.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Happy Hour with Johnny Radio. This hour of Sports 56 Happy Hour is brought to you by Tito's Vodka. Here once again is Johnny Radio.
My friends feel it's their appointed duty. They keep trying to tell me all you want to do is use me. But my answer ain't all that use me stuff.
Welcome into a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I am your buddy, Johnny Radio. I hope life is treating you well out there. I hope you're staying warm and you're not wet and you're not cold or out on the roads in icy conditions. Hope you're enjoying some Tito's, maybe some Hip 2.0 products. Hope life is treating you well. And always remember, if life hands you lemons, don't freak out, don't fret, don't get concerned. Just make a lemon drop with Tito's handmade vodka. Tito's is distilled in the United States, down in Austin, Texas. It's got an amazing flavor. And the reason is because it's 100% corn-free. I mean, it's 100% corn, naturally gluten-free. It's stilled. It's not, processed the way normal vodka is. They actually still their vodka. Gives it a very unique flavor, slightly sweet, black pepper note. Balances everything out. So if you're crafting a cocktail, drinking it neat, making a martini, brewing a Cosmo, whatever you're doing, as long as you're doing it with Tito's, you're doing it right. Now, you like gambling, right? I love to gamble. You saw Steph Curry couldn't even get 20 points last night. Did you see that? Can you believe that? Was it all because Dirk Nowitzki was getting his number retired? Because did you hear Dirk Nowitzki take a shot? Well, I don't think it was a shot. But did you hear what he said about when his jersey was getting retired?
No.
So Dirk is out there doing his speech, and he said he just wanted to say thank you to his father-in-law for flying in from Sweden. But the thing I like most about you is your daughter.
Look, Dirk.
Dirk, man.
Come on, sir. No, they're grown adults.
Yeah, but it's still funny. But yes, and it is his wife. But anyway, the point is, Dirk had his jersey retired. Golden State Warriors couldn't get the job done last night. Steph wasn't that great. Now they play again. They're playing the New Orleans Pelicans. You know what the total is? It's 218. These teams have been. This feels like a great overplay in my opinion. If you watch last night's performance, man, look, Dallas finished with a season low. Man, both teams were trash last night. Did you not notice that?
With the Dallas and the Warriors.
Mm-hmm. I mean, that was just neither team could make a bucket for a long dead gum time. It wasn't what you expected going into last night. Was it?
No.
I mean, did you have the under?
I mean, Steph Curry would have made more than 20 points in the game.
Dude, when the Warriors score 82 points in a ball game and only score 15 points in a fourth quarter, I feel like the fact if they go out the next day, they're going to go ham. And by the way, I don't know if you know this. In the last 13 games, the Pelicans have scored over 100 points in 12 of them. The Pelicans play the Warriors tonight. Both are on a back-to-back action. Did you know that?
No. Let's root for the Warriors. I mean, the Pelicans.
No, dude. Let's root for the over.
Well, from a Grizzly standpoint.
No. Pelicans did not play last night. Pelicans did not play last night. I was thinking about a bet that I was making the other day.
Oh. Okay.
No, but the Warriors on a back-to-back, and the fact that they scored 82 points, you have to feel like that team's going to come out there and just be hitting shots left and right. And again, in the last 13 games, New Orleans has scored at least 100 points in 12 of them. Go over the 218 total tonight, lock it in, and just get rich, baby.
Clay's coming back?
Not tonight.
Sunday?
Yes, this weekend. That's why I also want to get them before Clay, because they're going to be out there firing it all over the place. Take the over, like I said, 218, and enjoy the money. Don't forget, take Iowa +3 against Wisconsin. Coming up next is Grind Time with Pete and Anthony. For Zach, I'm John. Get out there, stay warm, make the world a better place. We'll see you on the flip side. Peace.